Hey Juventini, welcome back to the All Juvecast channel. We are previewing Juve's next matchup versus Benevento away from home. And Benevento sits in 14th at 9 points in the table, and Juve is in 4th place, of course, with 16 points. In their last 5, Benevento has only been able to muster up 1 win, and in our last 5, Juventus has got 2 wins with 3 draws. Now, the history of this matchup, well, there's not much. They've only played each other twice, and I'll leave the leading goal scorer for this fixture's history up to you guys. I'll name it at the end. But yeah, big stories in this one for Juve. Bonucci will be back. He's expected to be in the lineup next to Matthias de Ligt. Mary Demiral is still out. And the other is that, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo will not be in the lineup. Not only will he not be in the lineup, but he's not traveling with the team. And this is not anything new by any means, but I think it's an interesting topic to discuss anyways, and we'll probably be getting into it on the post-match podcast because I feel personally, as one of the leaders of this club, even if he's resting, not playing, he should be with the team. He should be spurring the guys on. And I've never liked this treatment thing. And obviously, he's not just any player, and it's Cristiano Ronaldo. However, I don't know. It puts out a weird vibe to the team chemistry and everything. And I know these guys are all professionals and probably let it roll off their shoulders because of Cristiano Ronaldo and how he is, and everybody on the team, how they feel about him. But nonetheless, we are chasing the top of the table here. Should we need him? Should something happen to Morata or Dybala, you're basically pulling one of these other forwards that are wingers, possibly Chiesa, not out forwards or strikers. So it's, they're wingers. It's a little bit of a risk. Should we have to do that? And in Serie A, of course, chasing the lead, our next Champions League match against Kiev, we're going for top spot in the group. But, I mean, we have qualified. So the Serie A job, we're a little bit behind the pace and we need to get this. Having said that, Benevento, this should be a victory for Juventus, but we all know how that goes, and especially away from home, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a grind here. Expected lineups for Juve. It's tipped that it's going to be Szczesny in goal, Danilo, De Ligt, Bonucci with Frabotta on the left, possibly Sandro, and then Chiesa and Kulusevski on outside midfielders with Rabiot and McKennie tipped in the middle with Dybala, Morata up top. A lot of this can change, and I've already seen multiple different projections. Some have Quadrado in, Danilo sitting, some don't have Bonucci starting, but I think it's been tipped off he will be starting. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Again, away from home, it really doesn't matter for this Juventus since we're under construction still, and the consistency just isn't where it needs to be with this club. So it really makes no difference who we're playing. It's going to be tough. We've seen a drastic difference in play based on the personnel that's out there. So it looks like Pirlo is starting to lock into this 4-4-2 that adapts offensively, that pulls the right outside midfielder into a bit of a hole and allows Quadrado to go deep. It looks like that's kind of going to be his style offensively, and then it'll just morph back into a straight 4-4-2 defensively. This match, again, I fully anticipate Juventus getting the win, but I don't think it's going to come easy. Maybe finishes 3-1 with us bagging a late one after a 2-1 lead, or possibly finishing 2-1. Gun in my head, I'm going to say Juve wins this one. I'm going to say 3-1. All right. And one of the key things I want to keep out for, because I do believe it will be Dybala, Morata. They're the only two forwards that are going to be there. The rest is all stacked with midfielders if you look at our team list. But it's going to be very, very interesting. Something I've talked about on the podcast lately, seeing Dybala play with Morata on the pitch. A lot of the times it's one or the other. But again, what I've been saying for a while now, Morata is key because he plays the number 9 truly. Ronaldo doesn't, Dybala doesn't. So I want to see Dybala and Morata linking up very well, and I think the chemistry will be good between them. As for the leading goal scorer in this fixture's history, it's Paulo Dybala. Paulo Dybala, and I believe he bagged a hat trick because he leads this fixture's history with 3 goals, and I believe it was all in one match. He bagged a hat trick in a 4-1 victory or 4-2 victory, possibly. Can't quite recall 100% off the top of my head, but yeah, there's your little stat there. And as always, drop your comments. I want to hear your predictions for this match tomorrow. And of course, stay tuned for another debut guest on the All UVCast podcast. I got someone I've been connected with a lot over Twitter, and he's finally going to make his debut in the post-match podcast. So, and please don't forget to get all your questions, comments in for us to address on that podcast. As always, till then, Forza Juve, fino alla fine. Ciao.